All right, the purpose of this lab is to develop skills and become proficient in proximal and distal line placement for supply zones. Now, we did do a lab for demand zone line placement. However, for the purposes of this lab, we will practice using the base isolation technique to draw proximal and distal lines specifically for supply zones. So, for the first part of this lab, we'll focus strictly on base isolation. And then after we've gone through the three-step process for isolating the base, we will then draw our proximal and distal lines for the supply zone. Okay, so we have three charts here. We'll start out by, you'll start out by seeing if you can figure out which one of these has correctly identified the leg in and leg out and isolated the base. And then after that, we will remove the vertical lines and you will attempt to see if you can identify which one has correctly drawn the supply zone. All right, so just to recap, see if you can identify which chart has identified the leg in and leg out correctly, as well as name the formation. And then after that, you'll see if you can identify which chart has correctly identified the supply zone. All right, so go ahead and pause the video, and then I will display the correct answer. All right, and the correct answer is drop, base, drop. Okay, now remember, with the drop, base, drop formation, we are looking for the leg in candle into the base or falling into the base, comes across, and then the leg out candle drops out of the base. Okay, now over here, gap candles would be considered a leg candle. However, this leg candle does not drop into a base, and though it did correctly identify the leg out candle, and then in chart number 3, we identified the correct leg in candle, but the leg out candle was not correctly identified. All right, so now I'll get rid of the vertical lines and you will see if you can determine which supply zone is drawn correctly. All right, we have our 3 zones drawn for each chart. And again, when identifying the correct zone, we want to think about what is the preferred method for drawing out the zones. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video and then unpause the video when you're finished, and then I will display the correct answer. All right, and the correct answer is chart number 3 has the correct supply zone drawn. Okay, if you look at chart number 1, remember we do have flexibility when placing the proximal line. However, we want to use the preferred method for purposes of this particular exercise. Okay, but again, when drawing this up, when placing the proximal line, you do have some flexibility, and that's primarily going to be up to your personality and your particular trade plan. But there is nothing wrong with going wick to wick for the base. All right, bottom of the lowest wick for the proximal line, and then the top of the highest wick for the distal line on a supply zone. Looking at chart number 2, for the proximal line, we do see the preferred method being used. However, for the distal line, it looks like the distal line was placed at the leg out candle, which is okay to do. However, the caveat to that is that the leg out candle would have to have the highest wick in the formation. Okay, so for the drop, base, drop formation, when placing the distal line, we want to go with the highest price point in either the base or the leg out candle. As we can see, the highest price point is in the base, so we would not use the leg out candle to place the distal line. All right. All right, you'll have another opportunity to see if you can correctly identify the leg in and the leg out, as well as identify the name of the formation. And then after we've gone through that, then we will once again see if we can identify which zone is drawn correctly. All right, so go ahead and pause the video. See if you can identify the leg in and leg out, and then identify the name of the formation. After you've unpaused the video, I will provide the correct answer. All right, and the correct answer is chart number 3, rally, base, drop. Okay, we see price come down, it rallies up, bases, and then drops. Okay, so this would be our leg in candle. We have one individual base candle here, and then we have the leg out candle. So looking at chart 1, we've identified the leg in candle correctly, but the leg out candle was not identified correctly. And then in chart 2, the leg in candle was not identified correctly, but the leg out was identified correctly. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the vertical lines, and I will draw out the supply zones, and you will have an opportunity to see if you can determine which supply zone is drawn correctly. All right, so I went ahead and got rid of the vertical lines, and we have our zones drawn. Go ahead and pause the video, see if you can identify which chart has the zone drawn correctly. Unpause the video, and I will then display the correct answer. All right, the correct answer is chart number 1 has the zone drawn correctly. Again, remember, we want to use the preferred method. The preferred method, excuse me, for a supply zone is going to be the bottom of the lowest body to the top of the highest wick. And again, in a rally base drop formation, if the highest price point is in the leg in, the base, or the leg out, we can use any of those. But in this particular case, the highest point is in the base. All right, so we see chart 2 use the bottom of the lowest wick. Now we do have some leeway when placing the proximal line. However, the distal line is placed inappropriately. It's placed at the top of the body. And again, the distal line, we want to place our distal line at the top of the highest wick in the overall formation. We see that we have done that here, and the proximal line was placed at the lowest wick. And again, we do have that option when placing the proximal line. That is going to be up to your personality and your trade plan. All right, so this time around, you will have an opportunity to do this mostly on your own. The stock we're looking at is GE. We are on a 1-month chart, and we are looking at this formation below the red arrow between 2016 and 2017. You are going to see if you can name the formation. Then you will isolate the base by drawing a vertical line on top of the leg in and a vertical line on top of the leg out. And then you will go ahead and draw the supply zone. So go ahead and pause the video, and then after you've done all that, unpause the video, and I will display the correct answer. Okay, the correct answer is rally, base, drop. All right, we have price kind of scaling sideways here. It drops, bases, price climbs up, bases again, and then drops. Remember, basing candles close within the range of the preceding candle. However, since we only have one basing candle, that's an exception in this case. Here's your leg in, extending beyond the range of the base. Here's your leg out, extending beyond the range of the base. Proximal line placement for the preferred method is going to be the bottom of the lowest body. and the distal line is going to be placed at the highest wick in the overall formation. And we can see that the highest price point in the overall formation is inside the base, so we place ein there. All right, still looking at the same chart, and for the most part, the same location. You're going to identify the formation below the red arrow between 2017 and 2018. You shouldn't have to move your chart around too much. Should primarily be in the same location. So again, you're going to identify the name of the formation. You're going to isolate the base, identify the leg in and leg out candle, and then draw your supply zone. Go ahead and pause the video, get that done, and then once you've completed the exercise, go ahead and unpause the video and I will display the correct answer. All right, the correct answer is drop, base, drop. All right, we have a leg candle here. We have another leg candle here coming into a base, and then we have the leg candle out. All right, now this one may have gotten just a little bit tricky with placing the distal line. Again, the preferred method, we want to place the proximal line at the bottom of the lowest body. However, with the distal line, we want to use the highest point in either the base or the drop. Okay, and in this case, the highest price point was inside the drop, the leg out candle, so we place our distal line there. All right, that will go ahead and conclude this lab. Before you move on, go back to the supply zones that you identified in lesson 28. And again, that's going to be the base isolation technique video. And make sure that you have placed your distal lines in the appropriate location for your supply zone formations. Hope to see you in the next video.